get fucked. And you got people crossing picket lines every day. Like, so that's just a divide and conquer tactic that people like the NFL, corporations, conglomerates use. So that's the bigger issue more than the racial issue. Is that human beings naturally do that shit. It's divide and conquer. But yeah. And
right,
fuck
man.
out here with Bill Cosby. He's in jail for a reason. But I'm just
That's
saying,
what I'm saying. You don't even have to bring you don't have to defend Bill Cosby.
I'm never
serial
defending
rapist.
Bill Cosby, but I'm saying
But you don't even need to bring
nasty motherfucker in jail.
You don't need to bring it up to light to prove your point though. Like
again, I'm not.
I get it.
But shout out
you
to
get it.
Shout out to what did Ryan say in the chat?
All right, next one. So
X is gone now. Whatever.
So Rae Carruth was released from prison. We've talked about Rae Carruth a lot. Basically set up a plot to kill
his baby mother.
A woman who was pregnant with his son.
Had some goons in the car with him, shoot her and kill her, but the baby survived.
The baby survived.
Punk ass hit in the trunk.
And he's been in prison, and now he's getting out, and he wants to have a relationship with his son who has severe brain damage. So do you have a take or a tangent on that? Make it quick because we're running out of time.
Unfortunately, his ass isn't in jail forever. But if we're going to live in a society that says if people serve their time and do the crime and are rehabilitated, that they should be allowed back into society, you have to follow that rule. So whatever he does from here on out is what he should be judged for. He served his crime already. He was young and had a bunch of money. He was the first round pick and all this other shit. Okay, we get the horrible thing that he did, but he's out now. We'll go from there. Because we could bring in the racial aspect of this is a white dude. His ass probably would have never even went to jail. But in this situation...
I don't know about that, but...
Are you sure about that?
I don't know
all the school shooters that fucking...
Come on, dude.
Dog, I can bring up any aspect of
that's a
society
that's
where white
that's
males kill people.
That's a different comparison.
Okay, fine.
A school shooter is a different comparison than a public figure who had set up a hit.
Are we going to ignore real life? Are we just ignoring real life now?
No, but I'm just saying.
What he did was some real life shit. And I'm saying,
yeah,
like, I think he's a piece of shit and I want nothing to do with him either. But he served his time. What else can you do to somebody?
Okay, so then why do you have to bring up the other point?
Because we can't avoid the racial undertones of this. Like,
you're
really
one. That's what I'm. It's not that. I'm just saying I don't understand what you're trying to say because
I'm saying
because
white criminals
because you've come on the air.
Walk through the system.
You've come on the air shitting on Rae Carruth plenty of times.
Yeah, I'm still shitting on him.
Like hundreds of times.
Okay, if you don't understand.
So,
Ryan, we'll talk about this later. We'll talk about the whole Bill Cosby shit later. I'm not going back into that. But anyway, when it comes to the whole Rae Carruth shit, he comes out. Okay, I'll give you an example. OJ. People are polarized about that shit. Whether what he did or whatever he didn't do, he served his time and he's out, right? But I think the governor or some shit was like, oh, make sure if you see him, like, you report him, all this, that, and the third. People are already saying they were going to come out and heckle him and shit. Like, he already has people taking pictures of him, video of him when he gets out. Whatever he did, whatever you think he did, he legally served his time, and he was acquitted or whatever of the other shit. So, as a society, if we're going to follow the rule of law, we can't do anything. It sucks and it's fucked up, but what else do you want me to say? And on the other hand, fuck him. If he gets hit with a brick on Tuesday, I'm not going to feel bad. And the fact that he wants to be back in his son's life is some really fucked up, foul, nasty shit, and I don't like it. And honestly, him and Bill Cosby could share a cell for all I care. And we could just forget about him. But unfortunately, justice moves at a snail's pace. So, and in life, you kind of just have to let people get their comeuppance. No matter how much you want to see them get their comeuppance, like right now, every day for the rest of their life.
Yeah, man. Pretty much my thing is...
Terry had a much better take than I did, but I can't repeat it on the air.
My thing is pretty much, should this dude even... I feel like we shouldn't even be talking about him, but at the same time, we talk about him so much. That's why we should talk about it because it's a development. No, Rae Carruth.
Okay.
But honestly, like,
I don't know how.
I don't want to give him any more clout. I don't want to.
I don't even want to mention dude's name.
Exactly. He needs to just go. He needs to just go and live whatever life he can live, like with whatever guilt he has or doesn't have. Or
I can't say that man shouldn't be near his kid.
And I can't say that he should, though, either.
So we stay the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
That's between them and the family. That's all you can do. That's why I'm just like...
But yeah, man, I was actually going to say that was a really mature take from you. I'm proud of you.
I mean, I'm pretty mature, so thanks. I guess.
All right, man. So you want to close out the show?
Yeah. I actually got some shit that I need to get off. Don't worry, I'm not going to mute your mic. There's no point in that.
Yeah, you can. Go ahead and mute it.
All right, fucking cool. All right, so there was a journalist. His name was Jamal Khashoggi. I can't say his name right. Pronounce his name right. But he was essentially murdered in his home country, Saudi Arabia. He's an American journalist, but he has family in Saudi Arabia. He was murdered. His body was dismembered, decapitated, all types of fucked up shit. Like the prince there totally mutilated him. And this week they had his son. The son was forced to shake the hand of the man who essentially killed his father. And there are multiple reports saying that, he was fine. He didn't do anything. Like they didn't do anything. He didn't do anything to his dad. But then multiple reports came and said, like, yeah, you guys jumped him, you kidnapped him, you brutally murdered him. His body was really fucked up and destroyed. And then you also have the fact that his son was pretty much forced to shake his hand, and in countries like that, you can either give me your hand willingly or I can take it. That's pretty much how it works. And he was actually banned from leaving Saudi Arabia, but apparently now he's back in America. And I just want to get to the point of, like, yeah, we talk about journalists and the media and shit over here in America and how it's low-key kind of trash, but we have to really acknowledge the fact that being a journalist and what it used to mean in its purest form and execution, especially overseas, is totally frowned upon. And in this country and other countries across the world, journalists have been murdered, and they get murdered with pretty much impunity. Like, the rate at which they actually there's convictions is like less than fucking... It's like pretty much like 98% of journalists get killed with impunity. Everywhere. But definitely overseas. But this happened in this country, too. There was a guy whose car blew up. Like, his car just lost control. I forget his name. Mancini knows it. I used to know it. I can't remember. But because I had like a international broadcasting class I took when I was at CSUN. And I saw like how it's like impossible to get justice for a journalist overseas. People who are out there trying to tell the truth and like take on and, corrupt governments, corrupt shit that's going on everywhere, and they get murdered all over the place. In Mexico, the amount of journalists that get murdered is disgustingly high and scary. And it's like there's a real pushback for people who want to tell the truth or even just tell both sides. And we really don't show any sympathy for journalists like that. And we really need to reconsider that shit, because there's people out here losing their lives just to tell the truth. They could be doing anything else. But we prop up people in the media like dumbass Megyn Kelly and trash-ass people like that, when you should be talking about journalists who are actually doing some really heroic shit out here, risking their lives for it, taking on, corrupt police departments, governments, all that shit, by just simply telling the truth and printing truth to the people that need it. So, yeah, that's all I got to say. And, yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. It was a really great point. I don't really have much to add to that. The only thing going on in my world this week, I think sometimes you just have to take a chance on yourself. And I don't know what KB was doing, but he was waving at me. Anyways, pretty much sometimes you just have to take a chance on yourself. Sometimes you have to invest in yourself. Sometimes you have to believe in yourself. And sometimes you just have to try something new. That's pretty much all I can say about a situation that I'm going through. But yeah, pretty much you just have to be yourself. And man, honestly, on that say no to journalists, I'm trying to figure out how I can say this politically correct, but there's no way to really say it politically correct. So I guess I'm just going to say it and suffer the consequences. So I'll probably regret this like 20 years from now when I'm trying to get a government job, or if I'm a rich public figure or own a company or something like that. But yeah. Fuck the police and anyone who withholds public records. That's all I got to say, man. Get those public records. Be fucking bullshitting, playing with people's money over some fucking records. Fuck out of here. Touchdowns and tangents. You know what it is. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, for people who don't know what FERPA is, Freedom Information Act, all that good stuff. You go to any police station and ask for the police blotter or anything like that, they have to give it to you. Sometimes they'll say no, but like they have to. Even as a citizen, they have to open their books to you because they're public servants. So know that.
That's the worst part is you try to play nice and you try to like not be like all journalisty and like knock heads and stuff like that, but really they don't really give you a choice, and it just gets annoying because they just take advantage of you and they don't care.
They'll do illegal shit like put a boot on your car. Or,
oh yeah, that's another issue. I'm talking
about
when you're not in trouble. I'm talking about the shit they do that's supposed to serve you, but it's really just inconvenient. I'm not even talking about the law enforcement side of it. That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
I just mean like the administration part of it all. Fuck them.
So what you're saying is fuck red tape?
Yeah, pretty much fuck red tape. Fuck red tape that might be confused as yellow tape.
Or
fuck all tape.
Or pink tape.
All right, man.
Not the purple.
Touchdowns and tangents. I need to get out of here before I get yelled at. You know what it is. The Good News Radio Station. Shout out to X Squad. Shout out to FPC Radio. Shout out to your favorite podcast app and distributor where you can find this show. I am at Pete Certified.
I'm at Ozio Grande.
Episode 99, man. We made it. One more to go to 100.
We may have some people from, a certain taco spot or whatever outside.
Yeah, man. So
come through.
So if you're in the area, just come through and pull up. Say what's up. We'll have some drinks,
some refreshments.
We'll be hanging out, chilling. We'll do our show.
It's gonna be real emotional next week, probably, because we're gonna have a shit ton of people call in, just embarrass us with stories.
But honestly, if you fuck with this show, like it, review it, share it, tweet it out. And if you don't like the show, then you're probably not listening, so you can fuck off. That's all I got to say.
Share it and tell us why you don't like it, and we'll respond.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, man. Touchdowns and tangents. We're out.
We out.